All right, how's it going, guys? It's your boy Stas here. Got my good old double espresso. As always, cheers. Happy Thursday. I appreciate you all for tuning in. As let me tell you, man, we have a lot to break down today. Stocks, charts, earnings. We have to go over what I'm doing in this market as we are going green pretty much across the board, and as the S&P is hitting all-time highs and the Qs are almost there, guys. The Qs are almost there, trading up 0.6% on the day. As SPY's up around 0.5%, the Russell's up 0.3%, and the Dow's up barely, but it is up 25 points on the day. So we have to break down everything that I'm doing, earnings, charts, the whole 9 yards. So let's dive into it. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, consider joining my Patreon if you guys want to keep up with my actual portfolio updates. Be a part of my Discord, private Discord. That's linked down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stassurfs.com/Patreon. And now, cheers again. Let's dive into it. So it's an interesting day in the markets, right? Again, SPY's hitting all-time highs. We hit 754. The Qs are almost there. They're at, 734. All-time highs hit yesterday at 737. The Dow's creeping green. The Russell is pushing all-time highs as well, I believe. We're almost there, about 3-4 points shy. But look at Bitcoin. I know I'm not a crypto channel. I'm not a big crypto guy, although I do own Bitcoin. Bitcoin is falling, man, down $1,800, down 2.5%, and it's about to go under, it looks like $70,000 per Bitcoin, which, I mean, this is a risk on barometer, right? The way I look at it, well, one of my, measurements of risk on quote unquote, I look at Bitcoin and it's been slipping, man. Bitcoin tried to break through 82,000, which if it did, we would have filled the gap, in my opinion, up to 95. That would have been great for the bulls, but clearly we failed to break through this gap, and now Bitcoin is starting to fall back under these moving averages. We have a death cross on the 4-hour time frame. So I know it's not a stock. I'm not, a crypto channel, but it is something worth monitoring here, as it is a risk on, gauge, barometer, whatever you want to call it, whatever the right term is, right? So Bitcoin is slipping down about $2,000 per coin, which honestly I might have to snag up a little more Bitcoin. I can't remember the last time I bought Bitcoin. I got to be honest, guys. I've held it for years. I buy in, I trim, I add more to it. But I can't remember the last time I bought. Maybe it was right before it got down to 60K. I might have added back in January. It's been a while, so I think it might be time, actually, on a side note, to look at some Bitcoin here. But yeah, Bitcoin aside, stocks are looking pretty good, man. All-time highs, like I said, on SPY. Qs are right there. Same with the Russell and the Dow. And a lot of stocks are moving. A lot of stocks are moving. These AI names are starting to run. We have Robinhood running. Well, AI names starting to run, like they haven't already been. But they're continuing to run. That's a better way to put it. And Robinhood, which we'll talk more about later in the video, it's popping to almost $80 a share, up around 3.5-4%, which it's funny, right? Bitcoin's down. You would think maybe Robinhood, Coinbase, they'll take a hit today, right? But no, they're moving up. We'll talk more about them later, but now I want to share some earnings with you guys. A couple other companies I'm watching, stocks I'm watching. So Best Buy, ticker BBY, is up 16% after earnings, and they're trading at multi-month highs at $75 a share, and they're completely breaking out for the first time in 6, 7, 8 months. I mean, we haven't broken above these moving averages since December, November, October, right? I mean, it's been months that BBY has been downtrending. Now we're finally starting to break through here. And of course, we're overbought now. I mean, the RSI is screaming red, but this is a very good sign that direction is changing, sentiment is changing, and it makes sense considering they beat EPS and revenue. It looks like here adjusted EPS came in at $1.28 versus $1.23 expected on sales of $8.93 billion versus $8.82 billion $6.7. So nice double beat, and they affirmed their full year 27 adjusted EPS guidance of 630 to 660 versus 648 expected on sales of 41.2 to 42.1 billion versus 41.8 billion roughly expected. So they affirmed their guidance. They beat EPS and revenue, and that's all the stock needed to see. That's all investors needed to hear to send this thing higher. And again, we're trading now at the same level we were at back in December. So we're at a fresh 2026 high on Best Buy here, which is great. I mean, if you guys own the stock, I know you're ecstatic today. On the 3-year chart, though, we're still in a downtrend. Keep that in mind. We're not yet fully breaking out, but I think if Best Buy can start to get above 75, 80, 85, now we're talking about a legitimate structural breakout on the longer term time frames, which I know the bulls are in desperate need of. But if you pull up the max chart, you can see, okay, it's actually not too bad. Best Buy is still maintaining an overall uptrend. It looks pretty good here, and we're actually bouncing right off this 180 SMA on this monthly chart. I like it. I like it. So keep your eyes on BBY. Very big move here. I don't own it, by the way, but I do own this one, XNET. It's a Chinese company. We've covered them before. I'm sure you guys, if you're in my Patreon, you know I'm in the stock. I'm down on the stock, but it's one that I'm holding for a little bit more here. It's not like a 5-10 year investment. It's more of like a 1 year to 18-month type of investment. I've owned it now for a good, I think, 4, 5, 6 months. I forget how long I've owned this stock, but either way, I'm down a little bit, and they just reported earnings, and their stock's up 6%. The ticker is XNET, and look, they own about 8% in Arashi Vision, this, one of the hottest Chinese IPOs in history, right? They own that, camera company, the action camera company. What the heck is it called again now? I'm blanking. Something, I'm forgetting the camera company now they own. I'm an idiot. What is it now? I gotta look it up. Hold on. It's slipping my mind, man. Brain fart. You guys know how that goes. Let's see. Let me see. Insta360. Why was I thinking Life 360? That was in my head. It's Insta360. Anyway, they own a good stake, not a massive, but a solid stake in that company, and that company's worth like $1 billion, close to $1 billion, and this market cap is like $300, $400, $500 million, give or take, depending on the day. So it's like their stake it's massive in this company, right? And the market cap is much smaller than their stake, right? And their actual business, their stake in Arashi Vision aside, their core business is doing pretty well. They reported Q1 adjusted EPS of 7 cents, up from 2 cents last year on revenue of $98.1 million, up from $63 million last year. Pretty good, right? Not too bad year-over-year growth there. The stock chart still is not breaking out, but I think that's going to change fairly soon here. You guys can see we have been making lower highs for a good couple of months now, but at the same time, higher lows. We're in a wedge. What direction are we going to pick? My bet is we're going to break through here, right? I think we're going to $6, $7, $8 plus, and I think ultimately $10 plus. I've been saying that for a little bit here, and I'm still sticking to that. I still think that XNET could do fairly well here over the next 6 to 12 months. And if it's not, let's say in a year it hasn't budged. Look, I'm not ashamed to admit my loss and get out of it. That might happen, who knows, but for now I'm holding on tight. And after the bell we have Costco, ticker COST, which this stock, it's seen a nice pullback heading into the print. We hit $1,095, almost $1,100 a share back in the middle of this month, about a week, 10 days ago, and now we're down to $999, funny enough, trading right around $1,000, so we're down about $100 a share. Percentage-wise, 8-9% all while maintaining the uptrend still. So I like the way Costco is shaping up heading into earnings chart-wise. And we covered the estimates, I think, in my video on Sunday. Let me see if I could pull up my notes here quickly, guys, if I can find them. Or that might have been Monday. Either way, Costco, we all know Costco. They always trade at a premium. The stock it's always running. So for me, I have trouble actually buying Costco considering that fact that it's always trading expensive, quote unquote. But it is a stock, excuse me, that if they report, it's a stock, if they report great numbers, man, this is all the dip that it might see, or this could just be the dip where it sucks in a lot of buyers on good earnings, on good guidance. So keep that in mind when it comes to Costco. I can't find the notes here, whatever. Go check out my video from Sunday or Monday, guys. But yeah, heading into the print, Costco is setting up quite nicely, in my opinion. Let's see, what other stocks to look at for today? We have Dell also after the bell. Let's pull this up here, guys. Give me a second. Ticker DELL. This one's already up $5 or 5%, excuse me. Wait, did they already report earnings? Maybe I missed it. No, I swear they're today after the bell. Yeah, they are today after the bell, and the stock is pretty much, I got to be honest, priced to perfection. I mean, it's up to the right. There's really no room. There's no buffer room here. It's not like Costco where it's pulled back into earnings. This one's the opposite. It already saw a pullback, and then it took off heading into earnings. So it's like, I'm not too inclined to buy this thing here, but it's obviously in a hot space, hot industry. Who knows? I mean, never say never. Earnings could take it higher, but for me, I much rather see a pullback towards these moving averages, which we've seen it do time and time again in the past. We also have UiPath today. Let's pull it up. Ticker PATH. This one's slowly starting to reverse. Not cleanly yet, not fully yet, but we're slowly noticing a golden cross. We're above these moving averages into earnings after the bell today. And at this point, guys, we can't get too excited on UiPath, but it does kind of look like on the monthly time frame that it's at a bottom, potentially. Sentiment could be at an all-time low. In fact, I think it is at an all-time low. So UiPath, they might snap up potentially if they get a good print. If guidance is strong, it's so beaten up. The sentiment is so low that, yeah, I mean, even a slight beat potentially could make the stock rocket, right? But I'm not in it, so I don't know. I mean, I haven't done too much research on it recently to know kind of where the fundamentals stand, but I do know sentiment is pretty low right now on UiPath, and yeah, it's creeping up a little bit into earnings. We're getting a little bit of hype here, up 5%, but I'm not buying it until we cleanly break through at least $13 a share. So I'm going to set my alert at $13. Mark is at or above. So those are 5 stocks, all of which have earnings today. Either they already reported, they're after the bell. And I'm watching Robinhood so closely, guys. Look, I'm in Robinhood. I've been buying every single week with my fresh deposits and my brokerages. I'm buying up Robinhood. I'm snapping up shares left and right. It's starting to pop here, 3.5%. We're not fully breaking out yet, obviously, but we are noticing, we are maintaining higher lows. You guys can see it on the 4-hour chart if I zoom in. Now, all we have to do really is take out 80 to 82, which has been resistance all of this month of May, and I think that's coming sooner rather than later. And I think if we take out 82, this is going to be off to the races, right? I think we could start going back to 90, low mid 90s, and that's why I'm buying up as many shares as I can right now within reason. Every single week I'm buying. That's where I'm at. So I think Robinhood, it looks like they're running up potentially because of, let's see, Goldman Sachs adjusted their target on Robinhood to $95 from $94. Okay, a dollar up upgrade from Goldman Sachs. They have a buy rating on the stock. We also got news. Citizens reiterates market perform on Robinhood, maintains a 155 price target. So that could be a reason why we're popping here. But look, man, $95 price target on Goldman Sachs. I think we're going way higher than that. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. What I'm doing, I'm actively buying Robinhood. I'm looking to buy up potentially some Costco later today, depending on how earnings go. I'm very excited to see how Dell and UiPath go after the bell. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe. I think we're at almost 67,000 subscribers on YouTube, and 50% of you guys watch the videos, but you don't hit that subscribe button. So make sure to subscribe. Check out the Patreon if you guys want to join and see what I'm doing in real time in the market, my trades, investments, my portfolio updates. And if you want to be a part of my private Discord, check it out. Link down below, pinned in the comments, or go to stockssurfest.com/Patreon. And I just literally posted an in-depth portfolio update yesterday. Go check it out. You know where the link is. I'll see you guys there. Peace out. Have a great rest of your day.